Hi guys, it's Addicted to Beauty here. How are you guys doing this evening slash afternoon slash morning whenever you guys end up seeing this video? I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a tutorial on how to do a summer cut crease look. You will be needing a pink eyeshadow, a purple eyeshadow, orange, and yellow. I'm going to be showing you guys the colors I will be using. My lighting is making me mad. I'm looking like a light bulb over here. I'm going to be using two different palettes today. I am going to be using this palette by Morphe. It is 35XO, and the colors in this one I'm going to be using today is this pink, this purple, as well as this white up here. So that's the palette, and those are the colors I will be using from there. And from my orange pop, I will be using this yellow and this orange, just so you guys have like a rough estimate of what colors I will be using. And let's go ahead and get started. I already did my brows previous to the video starting, so I'm gonna just go ahead and move on from there. I seriously apologize for the lighting. I don't know why it's messing up so much and why it's like getting super bright and then not getting too bright. I don't know what's going on with that, so I apologize. I'm gonna be using this flat brush like I always use for my brows, and I'm just gonna get some on my brush and just cut under my brow and just apply the concealer. And I do this just to give it more of a defined look and just make my brows have more life and stand out better, in my opinion. And once I go through and what I like to call cut my brow, I just kind of bring the concealer down all at the same time when I'm applying it. And then this lighting is ridiculous. I apply more concealer onto my lid just to use as a eyeshadow primer. And I'm going to be going in with this kind of rounded brush. It's extremely flat on top, and I'm just gonna blend the concealer onto my eyelid and then right where we stopped cutting the brow, like so. And then once I finish this whole brow, it should be set like so. And I kind of like go in a patting motion just to make sure everything's set in and I don't have any lines or creases that will be created throughout the day. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing to this brow. Open my concealer back up. And I'm gonna just cut the brow. And this look I'm doing today for you guys, I will post the final picture as the thumbnail for this YouTube video. I have never, top secret, I have never done this look before, So honestly, we're both gonna be learning together. It was kind of like an inspiration photo I got off of Instagram because I follow this like eyeshadow makeup page. So it was kind of a picture I seen on there. I was like, oh, this is pretty. This would be fun to do. And I haven't had the time to do my makeup the last few days. And so since I don't work today, I was like, today would be a good day to go and do a YouTube tutorial on this look. And if I stopped looking like a freaking light bulb, maybe we would be able to get somewhere. I'm gonna go back in with that same rounded flat brush and apply the concealer all over. I kind of got a little bit of extra on this eye, which is okay. I'm just gonna kind of take a little bit and apply it over on my other eye so I don't look like albino on one side and halfway white on the other, even though I'm already super white as it is. I feel like I'm like albino white in the winter time. Like, Jesus, I never get sun anymore. And I kind of like beat the concealer across the bridge of my nose. I feel like if I sit in towards the camera more, it doesn't do that weird thing and make me look like a light bulb. So I'm gonna try and sit as close as I can so this video doesn't get more messed up with the lighting. And once I've patted all of the concealer in, your eyes should be setted kind of like this. I am going to go through with my setting loose face powder, and I'm just gonna, God, this lighting is horrible. I'm just gonna mess with it for a second. Okay. I'm gonna go in with my loose face setting powder and use my kind of rounded brush. I use this brush a lot to apply this powder under my eyes as well when I put concealer on, but I'm just gonna go ahead and just lightly apply some powder on the top just to help hold everything, and this also highly helps prevent any lines and creases and wrinkles, all the bad stuff we don't want to happen. It helps prevent it. Jeez, I just had this like blow up on my hand and all over my legs. Jesus. Okay, now when we're gonna learn this together, I am going to start with the outer corner, which is going to be pink. The middle corner is gonna be orange, and then right in here is gonna be yellow. So it's kind of gonna be like almost like a really beautiful sunset that doesn't exist that I've ever seen in my life is gonna be like this. I am going to probably start with the corner and do it pink, and then I'm gonna work in with the orange and then finish up with the yellow. So I'm gonna go in my Morph palette and grab out this pink. I'm gonna be using this blendy brush. Gonna get some pink on it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply the pink. When I do the crease, well, not necessarily the crease, but when I do the corner of my eye, I kind of apply it almost like I would if I was putting on eyeliner. So I kind of go in a straight motion, if that makes any sense. And if you mess up and it kind of like goes overboard, I just kind of go back through and clean it all up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drag this pink in towards my crease a little bit where we're gonna add in the orange as well as the yellow. Like so. It kind of looks funky at first. I'm hoping for the best. Like I said, I've never done this look before. I've never used these three colors before. So I guess we'll see how it turns out. I'm going to do the same application as I did on this eye. I'm going to do it over here on this one. But a huge thing with doing makeup and everything is just kind of like learning and experiencing like new techniques and new colors. It's all about kind of like trial and error in a way. I'm going to drag that color inwards. Go back over and just blend this side a little more. I kind of enjoy like doing like makeup on the live because then you guys can see, especially men who end up watching this video and who have girlfriends who do their makeup and take forever. You guys can kind of like see why it takes forever, because we have mistakes we make, or maybe we don't like the colors. Just doing makeup has a whole lot that goes into it that takes forever to accomplish, especially if you don't do makeup a lot like me. I kind of am time consuming and I kind of take my time when it comes to doing my makeup, because I'm like, oh god, what am I doing? I know what I'm doing, but I feel like I'm not knowing what I'm doing at the same time, so I kind of like overreact a little and I kind of freak out a little because I'm like, oh shoot, what am I doing? So our creases should look something similar to this, and I am going to grab my orange pop. I got this, where did I get this? I got this palette at like a makeup convention. I live in Colorado, so every like year or so they have makeup conventions, and I usually go to them and they sell a lot of makeup. So this is where I got this. It's by Cara Beauty. I'm sure you could like look it up online and get it. You don't have to go to a convention if you don't want to, but this is where I got this palette from. So I'm gonna go in with two colors to finish our beginning of our cut crease. I'm going to be using this orange color. It is Cannabis, and I'm going to be using this yellow Sativa. And if I could figure out what brush I'm going to use, maybe this one. Yeah, I'm going to be using this white brush. It's kind of a blending brush, almost just like this black one we just used. It's just white. It's the same thing, different color. So I'm going to be going in with the orange. And the orange is just going to be applied right in the middle. And we're going to save the yellow for the inner, the inner crease. I was going to call this the outer, but this is the outer. So orange in the middle and yellow in the outer. So when I do my cut crease, well, when I apply eyeshadow for the crease, I keep my eyes open and I just go above my natural crease, just so when we end up cutting the crease with the concealer later on, it doesn't cover up the eyeshadow or anything. So when I apply this orange, I'm just going in a windshield wiper motion and just going back and forth like so. I'm trying to like get my camera to focus in. And I'm gonna go back with the color Cannabis. Stop looking like a light bulb. And do the same thing on this eye. I kind of low-key like this look already. Like, it's kind of like almost coming together, and we just literally started. And when I'm going back into this pink, I'm kind of blending the two colors together the best I can. Like so. I'm going to be going back over with the pink just to, I'm gonna raise the pink a little bit just to match it so it's the same height as the orange eyeshadow, if that makes any sense. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go back over and just raise it up a little like so. Just so, because at first it was like up and then there was like a little dip and then it went to the orange. And I'm really picky, like I like my eyeshadow to be the same height, if that makes any sense. Take that pink again and just do the same thing to this eye. Like so. And then I'm gonna kind of wipe this brush off with a paper towel. I have like so much going on my makeup table because I've been filming. So I have like paper towels for my tutorial video I'm gonna be posting sometime soon on how to change a tongue piercing. So that's why I had paper towels over there today. I'm just gonna kind of use this brush to soften everything out and just kind of finish up blending the orange and pink together before we move on to the yellow. Like so. Alright. Now, where's my brush? Here. I'm going to be using this black little fluffy brush. It's kind of like a blending brush, just super, super small. And I'm going to be taking Sativa and just adding that yellow from here into the end of my crease. I'm gonna take more of that yellow and just do the same thing to this eye. This brush I'm using is kind of like a stiffer brush. It doesn't really move around and blend as good as the other two. So I'll go back over everything with my blending brush just to make sure everything is even and nothing is caked on more than the other. Just gonna add a teeny bit more yellow. I feel like this yellow is kind of bringing everything together and kind of making everything pop. I'm gonna be going back with this black and I'm going to get the color Cannabis onto this brush. This is honestly my favorite brush. And I'm just gonna blend this orange up a little higher than what it is. So when we cut the crease, we still have these beautiful colors there. and it doesn't overlap and you barely have any color. So when I do a cut crease, I always make sure my eyeshadow ends up a little higher on my brow bone, just so you still have that eyeshadow look when you cut the crease. God, this lighting is horrible today. There we go. I'm gonna do the same thing to this eye and just blend everything upwards. Like so. I'm honestly really enjoying this look so far. Like, I'm actually pretty proud of myself on how this is coming out. I honestly was doubting this look, and I was doubting this video because I was like, God, this is gonna come out so horrible. I'm gonna get so mad because it's gonna look bad, and I'm live. But it's actually not too shabby. So props to me, I guess. And I'm just kind of going back over all of the colors and just adding more depth to it and just raising everything up so when we cut the crease, nothing will kind of like disappear or anything. Alright. I'm gonna just take that sativa color and just finalize everything. And I'm going to, where's my paper towel? Just wipe off this blending brush, and then I'm just gonna go over all of the colors together. Jesus. I'm gonna go over all the colors together and just blend everything. Okay. So I'm just gonna blend everything in and back in the windshield wiper motion, just so we kind of like get a fiery sunset look. And then I'm gonna do the same thing to this eye. And once everything's been blended to your liking, we will go ahead and move on to the cut crease. Sorry, I was looking in my mirror over here just to make sure everything looked good before I moved on. Because I have a ring light, so once you kind of like look straight into your phone for a long time, everything kind of gets a little blurry. So I was just double checking to make sure everything looked good. We're gonna go ahead and cut the crease. The two final colors that you're gonna be needing for this look is this purple here and this white up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my phone to the side, or my phone, jeez, my eyeshadow palette. We're having one of those days, I guess. And I already have my coffee. I still got my coffee. I'm gonna be taking my concealer and my eyelash curler. I'm gonna just apply my concealer to my curler. I apply it to the back side, and that's how I cut my crease. So I'm gonna do it with my eyes open, and like I've explained in my other videos, I still do it the same way. I tilt my eyelash curler and I apply it on at an angle. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. I'm gonna do, I don't know, I'll do this eye first, I guess. No, film this eye, I don't know. We'll just go with it. Hope for the best. Okay, that didn't come out so bad. Okay, I'm gonna take my straight brush that I was using originally for my my eyeshadow for like cutting under my eyebrow. And I'm just gonna apply the concealer down my eyelid and just straighten the line out a little. Sometimes when I apply my concealer and I cut my crease, I kind of have a wobbly line, so I definitely prefer to use a straight brush so then you can kind of follow along with the concealer and it kind of straightens over any bumps. And then once the line is straight, I just go ahead and I bring everything downwards towards my eyelid just so the whole eyelid gets applied with concealer. And then once everything gets blended downwards, I just take a little bit more concealer to my brush, and then wherever we're missing concealer, I just kind of go over it and apply more just so it's all even and the same. This is gonna be a lot. Put some on my hand. I don't want to cake on the concealer. I'm just going to take a little bit more concealer from my hand. And then once we've gotten the concealer all on our eye, I'm going to go back over with that flat rounded brush we did originally to apply the concealer as a base. And I'm just going to pat everything into place to prevent any lines and wrinkles and creases from happening. Like so. And then I'm gonna take my setting spray and I'm just gonna spray this eye just so I can set everything into place, and then we'll move over and do this eye now. And I'll just do the same technique I did to that eye with my eyelash curler and the concealer. That's a pretty straight line. Go me, go me. Just kidding. My concealer kind of exploded, so I'm just gonna take the concealer that fell out. Okay. And then I'm just gonna apply Sorry if you guys just heard that banging. My bearded dragon has been on one today. He's been running around the whole cage. He's been running into the walls, jumping up and down on his little nets. He's been a nutcase. So if you guys hear any banging or anything, it's just him being wild. So I apologize for my son being obnoxious. And once I've cut the crease, I kind of like sit back and like look just to make sure that both of them are kind of like at the same length and one's not longer than the other. So that's what I'm kind of like doing right now. If you guys are wondering, like, what is she doing? Why is she sitting back and then moving forward? I'm just gonna apply. Ooh, I almost died right there. Jeez. I thought I was gonna apply the concealer up here by accident, and I would have like, seriously, I would have cried. I would have been like, no, my makeup look, it's ruined. Just kidding. I'm going to kind of straighten this line and bring it up a little because it kind of like disappears into my natural crease, unlike this one. It's kind of sitting up a little higher, so I'm just gonna kind of even it out a little real quick. Ugh, don't mind my eyes getting watery. Like, my eyes have been, oh, super dry today. I'm not crying or anything. Gosh, my legs are like falling asleep right now. Oh my god, what am I doing? There we go. Alright. No, this one ain't even the same anymore. Jeez. It's just one of those days where I mess my makeup up. And I don't give a fuck. Just kidding, I really do give a fuck. Okay. Sorry, I'm not talking. I'm like highly concentrated right now on like making this the same. There we go. Oh no. Oh god. Okay. I just died a little. I did not mean to put the concealer all the way up there. Jesus criminy. And men, this is why it takes your girlfriends 50 billion gazillion years to get ready. Because we make mistakes like that. Alright, this eye is good. I'm done messing with that one. This one is a little concerning to me. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm trying to figure out what I can do to fix this. Okay. Alright, we getting somewhere, we getting somewhere. I'm kind of just really frustrated right now. I'm just gonna kind of clean this up the best I can without taking my makeup off, so don't mind me. Once this video is posted, you can kind of fast forward a couple seconds if you want. I hate the makeup remover I own with a passion because it is super oily. So if I try and go to apply makeup right on top of it, it kind of like doesn't stay. I don't know, it's really weird. I don't like it. Where's my brush? Here it is. It's one of those days, I swear. I'm just gonna kind of draw my eye real quick. I told you guys, I ain't ever done this look. We learning together, boo. Alright, back to it. There we go. Now it's not so funky looking. Alright, looking a little better. We ain't looking too shabby. I'm gonna take my color Cannabis real quick. And if you end up making the same mistake I did, like having a little smudge, instead of taking the makeup off, I'm gonna apply a little bit of eyeshadow to kind of just erase the orange. Because I just thought about this. I was like, oh, that'd be a good idea. And boom. It's like it wasn't even there. I'm gonna take a little bit of Sativa, because I kind of, when I took my makeup remover, I kind of got rid of it a little. Just add it back on, like so. Add a little more to this eye. Because you guys see what I'm saying? Like, when we ended up cutting the crease, we had this whole thing covered with eyeshadow, and now it's just like a teeny bit that pops out now. So that's why I always recommend doing your eyeshadow higher before you cut the crease, just so you don't have to go back over like I am to apply more eyeshadow. I mean, you can if you want. If it suits your belt, if it makes you happy, go ahead, Bill. Do whatever you want. Alright. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm just gonna straighten this real quick. Because when I actually care to do my makeup, I am like a perfectionist when it comes to it, so I want to make sure everything looks even and everything looks the same. I'm just gonna go ahead and set this concealer into my eye, into my eyelid, like so, and I'm just going over in a patting motion. And I'm gonna take my setting spray and spray my eyes. Gosh, I hope I didn't drop an important brush. And I'm just gonna kind of fan my face to speed up the drying process. Okay. I was taking the extra concealer off my hand. Gosh, I don't even know what brush I dropped. Oh, it's not important. All right, let's move on with the look. I am going to go over my eyelid where we added the concealer, and I'm just gonna apply this white eyeshadow to my lid just to hold the concealer into place and give it more of a white eyeshadowy look instead of like a concealer look. Gosh, this don't even look white. What in the world? No, it is white. It's just like off-white. That's fine. We'll go with it. It looks really like purple on the camera. It's kind of weird. That's why I was like, what is this? Weird. It's like purple. I don't know. Maybe I'm colorblind. Like, it's giving off like a purple tint. Is this white? It is, but it's sparkly. Because on my finger, it looks white, and that's the color I'm using. I don't know if it's my weird ass brush or what's going on. What am I looking for? Here. I'm going to use this brush and see if it kind of applies better on. Because that brush was just being a little weird to me. There we go. Now we're getting the whole eyelid covered. Because I'm only wanting to cover like one side of my eye. Okay. I still don't know how I feel about this. I'll just figure it out. I totally thought this would have like looked way different with this white. I don't know why it looks purple. Weird. I'm almost wanting to go backwards and like apply concealer back over it, because this is like giving like a weird tint to me, and it's totally not the camera, because I looked in my mirror and it looks the same as it does on the camera. So weird. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Now I'm going to go in with this purple, and I'm going to be using the same blendy brush, and I'm going to apply a little more onto the cut crease where we cut it, and just apply inwards like we have almost a purple eyeliner on, and outwards like so. It'll take a minute for me to blend it all together. It's kind of like you're almost applying like a really thick like eyeliner. That's kind of the motion I'm using. I'm gonna let this kind of set for a minute, and then I'll go back over and blend it all in. Now I'm just gonna go over and do the same thing to this eye. Like so. It's like super thick on this eye. Kind of messed it up a little. I'm gonna take my small brush we've been using for the orange and yellow palette and clean it off, of course, because I don't want yellow everywhere. I'm gonna kind of blend this purple downwards some, just to kind of get it to look more natural and subtle, whatever the hell that word is. Subtle, I don't even know. There we go. Now it's not looking like so harsh. I'm just kind of going over and softening the line out and kind of dragging it downwards, almost like we have eyeliner on. Oh gosh, we're getting somewhere, yay! Guys, exciting news. I am turning 21 in literally 10 days. I don't know why, I'm excited. I feel like I'm gonna be like officially an adult. So, exciting news on my end. Okay. So once we soften those lines out, I'm just making them not so harsh, like so. And then my favorite part of doing eyeshadow is cleaning up all of the fallout we've had doing our eyeshadow. Clean up this concealer that dragged down onto my lower eye. Clean up this. Just because once we clean up all of this fallout, I'm gonna go back through after I set my lower eye and I'm gonna smoke it out. And I'm just gonna create more of like a distinct line going outwards here. Like so. Do the same thing to this eye. I like to create more of a distinct line like I'm doing because I don't like my eyeshadow to be like super smudged and just all over the place. Because then if I like apply eyeliner, there's kind of like already like a start to it, so then you can just follow the eyeshadow line you already have. going on. Clean this up a little more. Here we go. I don't know what's going on with like this corner here. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. And now to the lashes. I always, common sense, if you use a lash curler for your eyelashes, make sure if you used it for your cut crease, make sure you always clean it off, clean the concealer off, because you don't want to go to curl your lashes and have your whole eyeshadow look be messed up, because then you'll have like an extra line of concealer. Alrighty. I am gonna go ahead and just warm up my lash curler. Ooh, owie, my hip popped. I'm gonna go ahead and just curl my lashes. I specifically have videos explaining on how I do my lashes, so I'm not really gonna go into depth on how I do them. You guys can go ahead, watch my previous videos on how to curl your lashes. I have a video out I did a couple days ago on the difference between curling lashes and not curling lashes, and that has a high, like, not really high, but like it has more of like an in-depth explanation on how I do my lashes. So if you guys are curious, go ahead and watch that video for me. I thought I had everything pulled out that I needed, so I wasn't having to turn back and forth, but I kind of forgot mascara. I absolutely love wearing mascara. I just feel like it brings in the whole look together. And once my first coat's applied, I'm just gonna go ahead and do my other eye. And once my first coat's done, while I'm waiting for my lashes to dry, I'm just gonna go ahead and set my under eyes. I'm gonna be using the same concealer, and I'm just gonna go ahead. I learned this new technique to let it set for 30 seconds before you go and blend it all in, and it kind of brightens it up a little more under your eyes. So I'm just gonna sit here for a couple of seconds before I blend. Okay. And when I blend, I just go in an upward motion towards my brow and up towards the side of my head, just to keep my makeup like a lifted look and keep my eyes looking lifted rather than kind of like sloppy and dried down, if that makes any sense. because I've seen a lot of videos. I haven't personally tried it, but I've seen videos if you apply your concealer down low, it's going to make your face look lower. Rather, if you apply it upwards like how I am, it's going to make your face look more lifted. The power of makeup. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just apply concealer to this eye as well, and I'm just going to let it set. I'm going to kind of cover up my blemishes while we're here and doing this video, because why not? I'm gonna just go ahead and blend my blemish spots I have going on, because I don't want like a whole lot of brightness to it. I don't necessarily want like attention to where my blemishes and pimples are. So when I cover up my pimples, I'm not gonna like let it set like how I did for my under eye. Alright, I'm gonna just go ahead and finish covering up my blemishes. And when I have blemishes and I cover them up, I kind of just like move it around with the sponge, because my concealer I use is kind of a lighter skin tone than I have. So I kind of try to blend it in with my skin where I don't have concealer applied, just to make sure I don't have like random like lighter spots on my face, and just have it like all blended in naturally together. Like so. And now that we've applied our lower eyes, we're gonna go ahead and set it with the setting powder we used at the beginning of this video. I kind of tap off the excess, and then like I've explained in my other videos, I just kind of roll it back and forth, the powder, under my eyes. Okay. Oof. It's like exploding every time I close it. Okay, my lashes are dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and curl them for the second coat. There we go. I noticed my nose ring was falling out a little. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and curl this eye. And once both my lashes have been curled, I'm just gonna go in with my second coat and use my other mascara. And then I will go ahead and let this coat dry. This will probably be my final coat. I got on my eyelid a little. It's okay. Alrighty. Now, I'm just gonna let my lashes set. And then I'm going to take my rounded small brush and I'm gonna go ahead and just smoke out my under eye. I'm going to be using the pink and the purple colors together. So I'm just gonna get the pink, tap off the extra, get the purple, tap off the extra, and then I'm just gonna smoke out the under eye, just in this corner right here. This part I'm kind of like coming up with myself. This wasn't on the Instagram inspiration photo I found. And then I'm going to take that sativa and cannabis and mix them together. I'm going to take that orange first, tap it off, yellow, tap it off. And then in this part, I'll just add the rest. And then I'll kind of go over into the pink and purple side just to blend it into that. So we kind of keep the same look we have on the top of our eyelids, but not really the same, but it is the same. Kind of just giving it a two-toned look almost, instead of a three-toned like it is up there. And then to finish off the look, I'm just gonna apply mascara to my lower lashes. Holy camole, I just like poked my eye out. That is the worst feeling in the world, is when you poke your mascara brush on your eyeball. Like, it doesn't even really hurt, it just feels weird. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just apply to this eye. So, and boom, that is the final look. To set everything into place, I'm just gonna take my setting spray and apply it on. I hope you guys enjoyed today's look. It is definitely a summer and like late spring, early spring vibes, purple vibes, sunset vibes, all those kind of vibes. I hope you guys enjoyed today's look, and I hope you guys had fun doing it with me. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and turn your post notifications on to be notified next time I go live and post. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Have a good day.